I want to become a millionaire with a six-pack in 1,234 days, and right now I am at day 141 to day 200. Huh. Someone skipped a couple of days. Yeah, it was necessary. I mean, what to do? I just cannot keep up with the pace and with life and with everything else. So I thought I won't bore myself to death, and also you, with all the last 50 to 60 days which were happening recently. And I'll just give a nice summarization. This means this video is a little bit longer, but it will be worth it. Because this time we will see some real body gains, and we will also see some interesting money news, probably devastating. Body. So day 141 to day 200, that means I went from 84.4 kilograms, quite respectable, to 82.3 kilograms. Yes. 77.5% to 80% muscle mass. Yes. The 80s, I love the 80s. And 17.7% to 15.8% body fat. Ooh, yes. Yes, it's really happening. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Yeah, I'm touching the 15% body fat, but there is still a long way to go to get to the 12 desired percent. But I have an announcement to make. For the next 32 days, I have a new coach, which is my little brother. We trained again recently and I saw him and I was honestly a bit baffled because it looks so strange. He has this big ass body and this little baby face. But he knows what he's doing apparently. He loves what he's doing, and I asked him, do you want to be my coach? And he said, right on. I loved your journey, the 1, 2, 3, 4 day journey, of course, and I would be happy to be part of it. So here we go. He already gave me a training plan, and I will follow this one. Nonetheless, I'm still a little bit worried because as much gains and progress I'm making with the muscle mass and the body fat, I'm still worried, and I mentioned this a couple of times already, I have this little belly and I also have those beautiful love handles. And I don't like them that much. A lot of my body looks okay, but this might be an issue. I really wonder if it will ever leave or if it will just stay there. I mean, you know my picture when I was 17 years old and I was drastically overweight. Maybe this will haunt me now. We will see. We will see soon, because sooner or later there will be visible results which you will have to witness. Yeah, and then something interesting happened, because especially the last week and the upcoming week is going to be like Christmas for me. Once again, just like December, as you have witnessed how I was eating and gaining weight up to 88 kilos in January. Last week I traveled to Berlin and I love Berlin's coffee culture, and coffee culture comes with cookies and cakes and lots of other yummy things. And next week at the company I work with, we have the special discount days. Everything gets 25% off, and we always celebrate this with 3 days of ordering food. That'll be burgers and pizza and other things. Now, with that in mind, how can I have still lost weight, although I have eaten like a little piggy in the last couple of weeks? I have to admit that. And that is quite interesting, because there is a drastic change which happened. No, I'm not using Ozempic, don't consider that. But this point, I will tell you in our reflection, because that is quite interesting. If you are watching this channel, you know Ali Abdaal. He's, like myself, just 1 million times bigger, better, and amazing. So he dropped a video. He dropped a lot of cool videos very recently, one nugget after another. And one of his latest videos was how to get rich. My goodness, he nailed it so hard. It hurt. I was actually suffering thinking about this for a couple of days, honestly. So you have to watch it, but let me summarize it quickly. He more or less just says, and it is so true, if you want to get rich, you have to have an unhealthy obsession with money. It's so true. Everybody I know who is, let's say, more or less rich has an unhealthy relationship with money. They think about money, they talk about money, they do nothing else except money stuff. I'm not even obsessed with money. I love to dream about money. I love to wish for money. I wouldn't decline money, but it has never ever been very important in my life. So what to do with that, right? Now that it is even more clear, I really don't want to get rich. How do I continue becoming a millionaire? First of all, I love the title, so we will keep that in. And second of all, why not try to strive for money with a healthy relationship? And I know it is more a luck-based game than a real focus grinding, money printing thing, which is coming up, which is all those freaking YouTube channels, the faceless channels, the cash cow channels, which I have investigated a lot in the last couple of weeks. Oh my goodness, you know why they are making it? They're unhealthily obsessed with money. There's no other reason. Yeah, and I'm really far away from this kind of practice. So I will try to continue to be creative and to make money with my creative things. All of this made me come clear to the conclusion that in the next 1000 days, if I ever want to make $1 million, I need to do it because I love what I'm doing, and I might be unbelievably lucky and it might not work. But if I manage, I would love to teach you how to do that too. If you love doing something in life, that's a good way to do something in life, I guess. On that note, here are a couple of creative endeavors which I have started in the last 60 days. Let's start with the obvious. It was board game time and I was struggling with my board game, the dungeon board game, until I got hit hard in the head that I shouldn't do that because it is a piece of crap. So I put this beside and started with another game which is called Shakespeare's Fools. So when I presented it to the virtual playtesting group, which I'm attending every Monday evening, the founder of the virtual playtesting group said, "Dude, that's a cool idea. I really like it that much that if you want to, we can do this together." How cool is that? If we work together on this game, we can benefit from each other because I love this creative thing and he has so much experience, of course. So we are actually working on a prototype very soon, a virtual prototype, and then we will test it and see how this will go. Shakespeare's Fools is more or less a social deduction game like Werewolf or Among Us. And those board games, they are so much fun. So I built 2 more prototypes, which I also will present sooner or later. The music stuff, which I was starting in the very beginning, I put aside, but also that might jump in at one point as well. Why not try out a lot of things which you really love to do? So I have one last thing which I have to point out because I have some good news. There is a chance that I'm going to Switzerland in July and I will work there. And if I will work there, I will put 1,000 euro into the 1234 day account. Boom! Oh yeah, by the way, I had to pay my poor editor who still believes in me because, yeah, a lot of weeks have passed and in that time I had to pay him. So goodbye, 450 euro. And thank you, editor, for doing such a great job for such a long time. The challenges. So you might ask yourself, what were the new challenges from day 150 to day 200? And I will tell you, none. Let me explain to you why in the reflection, but it definitely has a good reason and you will understand. But of course, there's still 2 challenges missing, right? The caloric restriction and where the wind takes me. We will get to where the wind takes me in a moment, but first, let's point out what really happened in the caloric restriction. Because in the last video I asked you, what do you think happened with me? Why doesn't it work? Well, I betrayed myself. I was lying to myself. I didn't follow the protocol as I would love to follow it. I haven't always put everything in my chronometer sheet, what I should have put in. For example, a second cappuccino or a little bonbon here or there. And sometimes I also didn't really put in the absolute correct amounts. I was just fooling myself. And you know what? The worst part about all of this is I probably knew about it. That's the reason why I did lose weight, but so slow, much slower than I expected it to do. Which means, let's be absolutely honest and clear about that, I failed this challenge, which leads to a punishment, and it will be a blood donation. I actually already went there, but this is something to check out in the next video. But now, to the long overdue challenge where the wind takes me. Enjoy. It's 11 a.m. I'm almost ready. Just take out the bicycle. I'm wearing a helmet, which looks absolutely stupid. I hate it, but it's a long tour, so it's just very reasonable to wear a helmet after all. The only problem is it's really windy. It's like 50 kilometers per hour side wind, so this is going to be really annoying, and it doesn't stop the whole day, so a bit of more of a challenge. I think I will be in Bad Segeberg at around 2 p.m. and then I will go to the gym, eat something, find something crazy, and go back. So I'm back in the evening. All right, I arrived at my first little spot. I can't believe it. There's torches. Worth it. I arrived in Zuldorf. I think it's called Zuldorf. Maybe not. I don't know. Something like that. I'm mildly annoyed, as you can probably see already. It's so windy. I'm getting slapped left and right by the wind. It doesn't matter which direction I'm going, the wind is just like crazy. Very annoying. And of course, I took much more time than I expected to. And I still have more than 1.5 times the amount to ride. What the heck is that? And this is really going uphill quite high. So apparently I made it. I'm in Bad Segeberg. But fuck, I'm exhausted. That was terribly hardcore. Really, really rough with all the wind. And the hills, my goodness. I knew there was something up to Bad Segeberg. I thought there was a bath here for Bad, but no. Instead there's the Berg, the hill, the mountains. I'll find the local gym. What a great idea. And then I will exercise a bit, and then I will finally find something to relax for at least 45 minutes until I find something crazy on the way, maybe, hopefully. And then we're back. So this is their local gym of Bad Segeberg. I arrived. This looks promising. With happiness, I can tell you, I found something really crazy in Bad Segeberg. What is this? What is this? This is the Trafo House, and it is the smallest hotel in all of Germany since 2022. That's crazy, right? Well, that is quite unfortunate. Google says, hey, you, go over the bridge. It's gonna be fun. This is a hardcore detour. I've been going down this road for such a long time. This is quite unfortunate. I was about to get to my first goal, and then I would just have 45 minutes, but now I will get home when it's going to be dark. Oh my god, so many things happened in the last 60 days. Too many. So I will keep you with the highlights of the last 60 days. First and foremost, it became spring. This means I am off to ride the bicycle much more often in the future, and this makes me really so happy. So happy. And not only the days became nicer and I met up with friends to do something outside, like going to the Stadtpark, the main park of Hamburg, where we witnessed cute dogs too, by the way. As I rode to my chess club one evening, I noticed a new Döner place opened and they had everything 50% off. What a spectacle. People from everywhere came to get a döner. And my wife and I went to our favorite cat cafe, Katas Krog. We love it. I also played table tennis with a very good friend of mine, and she actually played really good in the first couple of games. But luckily I gained back my old table tennis power from back in the school days, and I really beat her. Heavy, but that was fun. I also went to Karlsruhe, which is quite south of Germany, to have some interviews with chess players because they were playing at the Grenke Open, and it was 3,000 plus chess players there. Well, that was a great event, my goodness. I also could catch up with one of my best friends, which is Grandmaster Leon Mendonça, and we spent a great time with other chess players like Kostya Kawutsky, Arjan Chopra, Shyam Tharandaran, and of course, once again, Georgios Soulidis, the big Greek. We went eating a lot again, and on our way back to Hamburg, we were playing freestyle chess for almost 5 hours straight. That was awesome. As I mentioned before, the weather is great, so I had bicycle tours with my wife. As you can see, this is just so much beauty outside. And we also discovered hundreds of geese everywhere with their adorable offspring. They're so fluffy. Look at them. Fluffy. And Kostya Kawutsky from Chess Dojo, a very famous streamer actually, he stayed at ChessBase for a week to record a ChessBase training video. So we went out to the Elbphilharmonie, the Bunker, and the Schanze, all places in Hamburg which you should meet if you're in Hamburg. And we ate ice cream rolls. This was the very first time ever for me to eat ice cream rolls, and they were absolutely delicious. But we didn't only eat ice cream rolls, we ate much more. I'm just kidding, of course. All these dishes and assortments I took pictures of because I wanted to track the calories as good as possible. But yeah, this is some heavy shit I was eating in the last couple of weeks. Crazy, right? And I still lost weight. As I said, I'll tell you later why. And one day I slipped on the stairs and I broke my protein powder supply, but I just noticed it when I was at the office, and my bag still smells like chocolate mocha, and it's 3 weeks later. Another day I went to the gym and was about to leave, but someone else locked my bicycle by accident. Their bicycle was unlocked. I thought of swapping it, but mine is still better than theirs, so I had to wait until they're coming down and unlock their bicycle. Oh yeah, and my wife and I discovered those guys. We think they are excellent and evil. I had a really hard time with my withdrawal symptoms. You eat one and another one and another one, and they give this crushing rush of sugar, and it goes directly in your brain and you go like, don't ever touch them. It can be your downfall. Now I play beach volleyball regularly, every single week, and it is actually the highlight of the week for me. I love it so much. Yeah, and last week, as I mentioned, I also went to Berlin to witness Gotham Chess Live, the biggest chess streamer in the world. It was really cool. Yeah, as I said, even more things happened, but these were probably the highlights, and the fluff ends with Starbucks appreciating my 1, 2, 3, 4 day journey. So the main question was, how could I have lost weight when I was eating so much? The reason is I let go. I stopped pushing hardcore. I felt terrible when I ate something and I couldn't control myself, which I just cannot. I see stuff and I need to buy it and I need to eat it, and then I feel bad. And this doesn't help my journey because it feels like I'm strangling myself the whole time. And I didn't want that anymore. So I was like, why am I doing that? Why is this happening? And the answer is I am simply too weak. My mind and my body cannot control. When I see something, I have to buy it. Often enough, I can stop myself, but there are days where I just cannot. So I said like, okay, fine. I'll eat that stuff now. I'll buy it. I'm aware. I will enjoy it. Fine. And since I am doing that, I've eaten some sweet stuff here, some sweet stuff there, but I'm getting back on track the next day and I feel great. And I'm pushing through and I'm losing weight like that because I accept it. I cannot handle it. But if I can handle how I'm dealing with the situation, then it will work. and it seems to work. So we're a little bit further ahead and I already lost more kilos again, and I'm still eating some sweets and nasty stuff here and there. But the mighty interesting thing about this that I couldn't have done it before January, because January, February, I was on a very good path. I already put the energy in to eat less, to focus, to have some willpower, some discipline and all of that. If I wouldn't have had those steps, I would have had a hard time accepting the truth, if you understand. So by being part of the journey already, now it is easier to allow it to myself. Because after all, I still have 1,000 days left to get a six-pack, to be honest. I just put this little thing that I will have a six-pack in 32 days. And you know what? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But I'm 100% certain that I will get a six-pack now. I do not doubt it at all. It is working. The small steps are going somewhere, which is fantastic. It's a great feeling. I feel relieved that I can also eat something here and there, and I can also push by riding the bicycle for a long time, going to the gym and eating very healthy in most of the other days. Yeah, this will play into when I will have the six-pack, and I will probably be able to even tell you at home who was never able to get a six-pack just like myself, maybe how to get a six-pack. If I have that, then I'm able to talk about that. Yes, and another thing were the challenges. So why did I stop my challenges? Because I do not have any more time. One of my last challenges was to join 2 social groups, and I went to the chess club and I went to the beach volleyball. And what does that mean? Out of a sudden, in a week, I'm also occupied 2 more days after work, which means less time, but much more joy. And what a good idea it was, because now I have more social contact and I'm having a great time. Chess is so much fun. I'm teaching chess and I'm playing in a league again, in a competition, which is fun. And beach volleyball, as I mentioned already, it's just the greatest sport in the world for me. Thus, I cannot push any more challenges if I want to keep this project up, which I want to. So, no challenges for now, but maybe at one time in the future, more challenges. So as you can see, I'm in a very, very good state. Luckily, I was in a darker place, as I mentioned already, because of the food, and I even questioned the whole 1, 2, 3, 4 day journey, but I'm very confident. I'm feeling great, I'm feeling strong, and I really, 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 really hope that something of this comes back to your home screen. That would be so cool. I see you soon. I don't have to hit the microphone for that. I see you soon.